This season, the Southern League Premier Division Central promises to be one of the most competitive leagues in the country. So much so that I'm going to be visiting all 22 grounds and ranking them out of 40 points based on a number of factors which I'll go into more detail about later in this video. So far I've visited 5 of the 22, with Hales Owen leading the way with 30.5 out of a possible 40 points, and Kettering Town's Latimer Park just half a point behind them in second place. Are you enjoying this series so far? Be sure to subscribe to my channel, as it really helps these videos to be seen. And how would ground number 6 compare to the other 5? Well, to find out, I made the trip down to Worcestershire to the Valley Stadium, home of Redditch United. And it's a nice setup at Redditch. The Valley's dominating feature is its distinctive main stand, which doubles up as a clubhouse and hospitality lounge. They have plenty of room in their upstairs clubhouse, which looks down onto the playing surface. The Valley has a huge terrace behind the goal on its near side, which is largely uncovered, but it does offer some shelter from the weather if you stand towards the back. You do get a decent view of the pitch from here, though you are quite far back from the action due to the large unused space in front of the terracing. The pitch side railings do block a small amount of the pitch from this viewpoint though, as you'll struggle to see the touchline. I didn't see any major issue with this stand though. Opposite the main stand they have another terracing. This is an interesting one though, as it offers one small row of seats and you're still quite far back from the pitch. Most of the crowd gathered on this terracing during the game, but I wasn't a huge fan of the view from here, as the dugouts and portable goal nets obstruct quite a lot of the view. Behind the goal on the far side there is standing room, which allows you to be very close to the pitch. I liked the main terrace, but I think the best view of the pitch is from here. Before the game I had a drink in the clubhouse, had a cheeseburger from one of the many food kiosks on site, and bought this pin badge from the club shop. Going into this one, Redditch United were 4th in the table and unbeaten at home, and with nobody else playing on Monday night, they would have the chance to go just 1 point behind the league leaders, who as it turns out were Monday night's opponents. League favourites Harborough Town sit top of the table with 18 points from their first 8 games, and they're still unbeaten as well as still in the FA Cup. I chose to stand on the main terrace for the first half, and it's Redditch United in red with Harborough Town in yellow, and with it being 4th against 1st, I expected this to be a really well contested game.
Today's Southern League Premier Division Central game between Redditch United and Harborough Town. The teams this evening: first for our visitors, Harborough Town, number 1, Elliot Taylor, number
And just like I saw on Saturday at Kettering, this was a frantic first half. Harborough Town had clearly turned up hoping to win the game, and while Redditch United found themselves under constant pressure, they did look extremely dangerous on the break, and created several good chances themselves.
Half time at the Valley Stadium, Redditch United 0, Harborough Town 0.
Half time, Redditch United 0, Harborough Town 0. And how was that 0-0 at the break? Surely we'd get goals in the second half. It was just a matter of time. Expecting Harborough to step it up a level in the second half, I switched ends, which turned out to be a great decision. After defending so well for nearly an hour, Redditch United will be so disappointed to have fallen behind to a goal like that. It was just too easy, and now this game would have to be a bit more open. Oh. And what a goal that was from Ben Stevens. A brilliant strike to make it 2-0, and the visitors now in total control. With 10 minutes to go, things got worse for Redditch as Harborough Town were awarded a penalty. The home side complained about this decision, but what do you think? Did the referee get it right? I'll slow it down. Game over now, and Harborough Town aren't going to drop many points if they keep playing like this. Tempers did start to flare a little towards the end, and a bit of a brawl caused several players on both teams to be booked. It was quite a physical game. Full-time score, Redditch United 0, Harborough Town 3, and the travelling fans are understandably delighted with that. Just listen to them. I spoke to Redditch United assistant manager Jimmy Fry to give his thoughts on that game. I'm joined by Jimmy, the assistant manager of Redditch United, after we've just watched Harborough Town win 3-0. What were your thoughts on that game, Jimmy?
Tough, really tough. I think everybody knows, give or take, what Harborough are about. Lots of firepower. They started better than us. We grew into the game. And when we got into the game, you felt that the first goal was going to be vital. Proved to be. Once the first goal went in, they got on top of us, and there was really no way back, which is disappointing for us because we were looking to, we've had a decent start. We were looking to kick on tonight against arguably the team that should, whatever you want to say, go on and win this league. That's what I'm expecting anyway, even at this early stage. But it wasn't quite to be.
And first half, 0-0 at half time, you had chances to go in front, and then it looked like Harborough Town stepped up a level in the second half.
Yeah, they had lots of territory, especially probably first 10, 15 minutes. We couldn't get it out of our back third, lots of corners, set pieces, long throws, those types of things. We created a few good moments ourselves. There were good chances rather than holding and maintaining territory and things like that, which I thought they did better than us. But yeah, first half 0-0, fine. Again, we're looking to turn it up again in the second half. We didn't, they did. And after the first goal, it was going to be a long evening for us.
And obviously stayed up at the end of last season, but you come into this game in fourth in the table. What are Redditch United's ambitions for this season?
Well, look, the club don't want to be anywhere near where they were last season. I think that's a given. We want to do, and by we, I mean the manager, myself, the players. We want to give a good account of ourselves every single time we step onto the pitch. And ultimately, if we do that, which we've had a decent start, we want to finish as high up the table as possible. There's some tough teams in this league. I think it's a really tough league. A lot of it's geography, a lot of local teams, lots of local derbies and things like that. So it is a tough league, and we hold ourselves accountable to our own standards, and we want to give a better account of ourselves than we did in that second half today.
And it's on to Bishop Stortford away at the weekend, which isn't one of the local ones, is it?
Yeah, having said that, we've done some miles in the first 10 games. Leiston, Sudbury, Bishop Stortford. We've just drawn Cleethorpes away in the FA Trophy as well. So we've done some miles, but look, it's all part and parcel of it. It's not something that, I laugh and joke about it, but it's part of the game and travelling. If you want to be part of football, you have to be willing to travel. Our home form, obviously, before tonight has been very, very good. There's improvements that we want to make away from home. And hopefully, look, we just need a little bit more of a bit of a pineapple, really, just a bit more spike in our performances. And, hopefully, especially during the winter months, it'll stand us in good stead.
Thanks for your time, Jimmy.
Pleasure.
Just got back from Redditch. Quite a long drive that for a Monday night, but it isn't as far as Stourbridge from here. I've just watched fourth place Redditch United lose 3-0 to first place and league favourites Harborough Town. And I don't think Redditch were bad. I think in the first half they matched them. They had chances to take the lead themselves. I think Harborough probably did edge the first half, so Redditch would be happier going in 0-0 at half time. And then they just stepped it up. Harborough just stepped it up a level in the second half. I think once they get the first goal, and Redditch United will be very disappointed with that first goal because the Harborough left winger just cut through them easily, cut it across, and Harborough score 1-0. The second goal, what a strike. You would have just seen in the video what a brilliant strike that was to make it 2-0. And then penalty, haven't had a chance to watch it back again. I thought it was a penalty at the time, but the Redditch players were appealing. Penalty makes it 3-0. And from there, Harborough are in total control. And that's why they're favourites for this league. That was a very good display. Like I said, I don't think Redditch were bad. I don't think they were poor enough to be on the end of a 3-0 scoreline. But Harborough were good enough to create that 3-0 scoreline. So congratulations to Harborough Town. It was good to catch up with Mitch Austin again after the game. Obviously delighted. I didn't interview him today, but he's obviously delighted with his team's performance today. And what a great atmosphere that was at Redditch.
mainly from the away fans at the end. But really nice setup at Redditch too. Great people, really lovely club. So I'll look forward to going back there again at some point.
So what does that do to the league table? Well, with nobody else playing on Monday night, the only change is that Harborough extend their lead at the top of the table to 5 points. But that will certainly have changed by the time most of you are seeing this video. Let's take a look at these rankings then. I'll be scoring these stadiums out of 5 points for their atmosphere, playing surface, food, facilities, view and accessibility, with a further 10 points on offer for the stadium and my experience overall. So each club will have a total of 40 points available to them. With 5 grounds already visited, let's briefly recap. We have Stourbridge in 5th with 23 points, Corner 4th with 27. It's Harborough Town's Beehive in 3rd with 28.5. Then Kettering Town miss out on the top spot with 30 points. And the Grove at Halesowen Town still sits right at the top with 30.5 points. But can the Valley take Halesowen's top spot? First up, we have the atmosphere, and while most of Monday night's noise came from the visiting fans, I'm still crediting Redditch United with it, as I did with Quorn when Stourbridge visited. This section is based on my perception of this stadium's atmosphere after all, and it was good, but the Valley does fall short of the likes of Halesowen and Kettering, even with the vocal visiting support, so I'm giving them a very respectable 3 out of 5. The playing surface is an easy one, as although the Valley's 3G is in excellent condition, I will always prefer a grass pitch. And my rule is that a 3G surface will always score 3 out of 5. So that's what Redditch get as standard for this section. What about the food? Well, this is a big one for me as I love my food and Redditch United have a lot of items to choose from. I'm not sure I made the right choice on Monday though, as I saw a couple of people with very tasty looking fried chicken and chips while I had a cheeseburger and it wasn't the best. Meaty but a little undercooked. It can't have been that bad though as I still ate it all. 2.5 out of 5. With regards to the facilities, I feel like this is the area where Redditch United perform the best. They have plenty of food and drink kiosks on site which enables them to serve people quickly on busy match days, and I was really impressed with this clubhouse bar, so I'm giving them a 4 out of 5. As for the view, well, I have mixed thoughts on this one. While the large terrace behind the goal looks down on the pitch, the fencing does cut off the view of the goal line, and you are quite far back from the pitch. The view opposite's really good, but the terrace opposite the clubhouse is quite obstructed. I'm still scoring Redditch United well here, but it won't be one of the best in the division view-wise. 3.5 out of 5. The last section worth 5 points is accessibility, and I'm not talking purely about disabled access, but how easy these stadiums are to get to and move around in while you're there. And while the Valley does have a car park, it fills up very quickly. I arrived just after 6 for a 7:45 kickoff and it was already full, meaning that I did have to find a nearby side street. I contacted the club beforehand though, and they advised me that their car park fills early, so they'd pre-warned me of where I should park, and they were really helpful. The Valley doesn't have any issues with obstruction while you make your way around the ground, and there are plenty of areas you can sit or stand in to watch the game, though they do also have a lot of empty space in front of the terraces where you aren't allowed to stand. I didn't see a specific disabled section, but roughly half of this stadium is wheelchair accessible, with the far side being effectively off limits if you have mobility issues due to its narrow paths and steps. 3.5 out of 5. The next section is arguably the most important as it's worth 10 points, and that's my experience and opinions overall. Did I have a good experience at the Valley? Yes, I did. Were the club friendly and helpful? Absolutely. So what would I rank my Redditch United experience out of 10? Halesowen Town is still the benchmark here, and although I don't think the Valley's matchday experience matches the Grove or Latimer Park, it's still a fantastic day out, so I'm giving them 7 out of 10. What does that do for my rankings overall then, with 6 of the 22 grounds visited? Well, Redditch United got a total score of 26.5 points, meaning they sit just behind Quorn in 5th place, but look how close this league table is. Can anyone knock Halesowen off the top? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed this video. The next ground in this series is FA Cup dependent, with a trip to Alvechurch planned for October the 11th. But should Alvechurch beat Chelmsford at the weekend, there'll be an FA Cup action, meaning my next ground in this series will be Kirkby Road, home to Barwell, on October 13th. Next up for me, though, is a trip to Vale Park on Wednesday night as they play Arsenal in the Carabao Cup third round. I'm really looking forward to this one. Thanks for watching.
Boop, 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 boop.